All right, folks. Listen, this is a live stream, and listen, it's not gonna be very fluid, this video, because it's so convoluted. But it's you watch the whole video and you'll grasp the magnitude of the information. But again, folks, like I said, I'm going to be putting out some great information soon. This video is, it's okay. It's not that great, but you got to watch the whole video. Now, for the people who are new to the channel, you got to watch my live streams to fully grasp this information, because I have two predictions, okay? That on June 11th, there's going to be a spectacular event, okay, on June 11th in the state of Washington. And somehow it connects to Elvis, because Elvis is the beast out of the sea, okay? And when the beast rises out of the sea, okay, Elvis's name, his image, or the number of his name, or all three somehow connects to the mark of the beast. When the beast rises out of the sea, it also says that one of his heads had gotten a head wound, and it healed this deadly wound, and the world wondered after the beast. And that event is the August 4th event, which Trump gets his head wound on August 4th, okay? And he heals from his deadly head wound. So, two predictions. June 11th, Washington State. Get out of Washington State before June 11th, because they're going to crack it, okay? Elvis is the Kraken. He's the beast out of the sea. He is the phoenix rising. He is the sea goat, okay? Get out. He's the camel that shoots through the eye of the needle. Get out of Washington State before June 11th, okay? And then Trump gets his head wound on August 4th, most likely in Ohio. Now, in this video, I'm going to be showing, just like I said, a few things that I've already shown, but I have to lay the groundwork, okay? And you know that that the Wizard of Oz connects to the Emerald City, and Seattle is called the Emerald City, okay? So that's why this is very important. And remember, at the beginning of the year, folks, this is not about the Rose Parade, okay? I'm showing this because I have to, in order for you to understand what's going on here, because this Wizard of Oz crap, this movie called Wicked, okay, which is still going to be in the news for the next, month still, probably, because the Oscars are coming up, and it's nominated again in the Oscars, this movie Wicked that has to do with the Wizard of Oz. Anyway, so this year, the very first day of the year, okay, you had this happen, right? I told you, folks, this is not about the Rose Parade, but I have to show this. So Elvis was at the Rose Parade, okay? He was on a float for the Mississippi, because he was born in Mississippi, all right? So Elvis, of course, it's not the real Elvis, but there was an Elvis impersonator and everything on there, okay? And also on that same float, you had B.B. King, and Elvis is known as the King, right? Okay, and there's the float, there's Elvis, there's B.B. King, and there's all kinds of other stuff. But anyway, you have the King Elvis, you have the B.B. King, all right? Then who was the Grand Marshal of that float? Was Billie Jean King, okay? And I'm not even going to get into all the, look, the creature was born on 11/22, which is JFK's death date, because of course he connects to it, because he got the head wound, right? And then in that same parade, you had the Louisiana float. Louisiana is the 18th state, and Elvis is born on 1/8. Louisiana hosted the Super Bowl, okay? It's all connected, all right, to this. I'm just shooting through this, okay? Seattle slew on the Triple Crown the year Elvis died on 6/11, because they're going to slew Seattle. Slew means to violently kill. It's the past tense of slay. Anyway, the movie Wicked had the Rose Parade float, Emerald City, okay? And it was at the Rose Parade this year, the same parade that Elvis's float, okay? They had this wicked witch called Elphaba, whatever the heck. It was the lead part of the float, okay? I'm just shooting through this part. I'm getting to there's the whole float right there. Elvis was born on 1/8, right? And this was the Wicked float in the same parade this year on New Year's Day. And the you see how it's at the front? Same thing with Elvis. He's at the front. And the witch is at the front. Elvis is born on 1/8. And the witch, who's played by this creature, is born on Elvis's birthday, okay? That was the reason I was showing this, okay? Now, because Elvis is born on 1/8, and there was other things that happened that day. I'm not even going to get into it that connected to Trump on New Year's Day, but I'm not going to show that part. I'm just going to skip over to what I want to show now. So I was just trying to show you that the Wicked float was there, which, I mean, the Wicked is the Emerald City, the Seattle connection, and Elvis was there too at the Rose Parade, okay? Now, let me find for today's information. So now this creature, guess what this creature's doing now? That the one that's born on Elvis's birthday, right? Look at this. This creature is going to be playing. Look at this. She can be playing, she or whatever it is, Jesus Christ Superstar. Okay? Do you understand? Elvis. Now, before I show you the rest of what I'm trying to show here, hold on. Give me a second here. Okay. So, listen, Elvis is the Antichrist. He's the real Antichrist. But Trump is the Antichrist in the flesh. That's why, because what they're doing is they're doing a counterfeit version of God. Because when God was walking the earth, Jesus was God in the flesh. And while Jesus was walking as God in the flesh, God was still in heaven. You understand? Because the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, these three manifest as three, but they're one God. All right? So the point I'm trying to make is that's why you have to have Elvis playing God in heaven, the unseen God, and Trump being the God that gets crucified and comes back from the dead, which, you understand? But it's all one God. Jesus is God. All right? So that's why, Elvis is playing God, Trump's playing God. You understand? So when you see Jesus Christ Superstar, this creature playing, the part in that show, the creature's born on January 8th, just like Elvis. Okay? Now, hold on. So now why am I bringing all this up? You'll see why I'm bringing this up in a moment here. So, in this Ipet Goat video, for the people who don't know what this Ipet Goat 2 is, Ipet Goat, the reason that this is important for the people who don't understand, Ipet Goat 2 is in reference to George Bush reading a book called My Pet Goat or something like that, or The Pet Goat. He was reading the book when 9/11 struck. Okay, he was in a classroom, and that's what this video is. They're telling you Ipet Goat 2, the second 9/11. They're saying that's what that means. Okay, and by the way, Ipet Goat equals Elvis God in gematria, exact same numbers. But Ipet Goat 2, which is the reference to second 9/11, that's what they're saying, because Bush was the 9/11 president, and he was reading a book called The Pet Goat, right? Now, so this video, I'm not going to get into the Taylor Swift being the Apple girl and all that, but let me just say this to you. the reason, I'll just do a quick summary of it. So uh, Taylor Swift, who's dating Elvis Presley, Travis Kelce, sounds like Elvis Presley, Travis Kelce, and um, and when Travis Kelce won the Super Bowl last year, what was he doing? He was singing an Elvis song called "Viva Las Vegas" while he was holding the trophy, and the trophy is June 11th. It's the it's called the Vince Lombardi Trophy. Vince Lombardi was born on June 11th. That's why Travis Kelce, Elvis Presley, was holding the trophy and singing an Elvis song after he won the Super Bowl last year. Now, Taylor Swift is the apple girl in the video of Ipet Goat. She drops the apple. The apple state is Washington. Washington is the apple state, okay? So, and why am I saying she's the apple girl? All right, whatever the creature is. But because she was voted Apple Entertainer of the Year. The Super Bowl is presented by Apple Music, the halftime show. And she was Apple Entertainer of the Year like a year ago, whatever, year and a half ago. Um, and she drops the apple, and she's the 13th kid in that classroom of the Ipet Goat. Okay? And if you saw how I compared her, you'll understand. So she drops the apple, and the apple splits because they're going to crack Washington State, folks. Okay? Now, how do I know that? It's because she's the 13th kid in that video. Because there's 12 kids around her, and she's the 13th. Okay? It's like the 12 disciples, too, with Jesus. You know, they're mocking. Okay? It's complete mockery. Because the apple is in reference to, Adam and Eve, and, you understand. Because they're going to take a bite out of the apple. That's what the whole point is, okay, of that. So, apple being Washington State. So, what else is the connection? Because her favorite number is 13 and 31. And I told you the 611 is when Washington gets struck. The 6th prime is 13. The 11th prime is 31. So her favorite two numbers connect to 611. And I told you she's dating Travis Kelce, Elvis Presley. Do you understand? Okay? And she drops the apple like she dies. It's as if she dies or something happens to this Taylor Swift in the video. She drops the apple splits in half. Okay? Now that we got that out of the way, let me just show this real quick. This Ipet Goat, 1 second of it. Notice that when they first show George Bush, he starts dancing, okay? And then he spins. Look. Give me a second. See, he's dancing. That's George Bush dancing in the star. Look at that. Then he spins. I don't want to play the whole because it might get a copyright. So that's why I have to stop real quick and play it again. So now watch what happens again. He's going to spin again. Hold on, he's about to spin right now. Okay? And remember, Bush was the 9/11 president. So see, he spins again, and then he turns into Obama. Okay, now, let me stop it. Okay, now I'm going to go to my slides, okay? So why am I showing that? Hold on. Give me a second here. Give me a second. Okay, now watch this. So here's... Now when you were... Oh, give me a second. What is this, man? Now, behind George Bush, folks, was this right here. You see this? Now, what is this house burning mean? And if you look, what's behind George Bush, okay, you can't see, it's very hard to see, but I'll give you a close-up of what's going on here, okay? You have a shark that does some kind of striking motion, like as if he's blowing something out of his mouth toward this place. But above it, now watch. Hold on, I'm trying to find the image. There it is right there, look. You see above right here? It's the shape of a wiener, but it's really a rocket. And it's going toward this right here. There's like a little something here, and then right behind his head is the house, right? Let me see if I can get it close up. Hold on one second. See, it's hitting. Man, it's so hard to see, but it looks like a big A right there. And I told you the big A is the Seattle Space Needle, okay? And notice he's wearing a wizard's hat, and it's got the D on it, like Donald, but it's for dunce. I understand that, but you'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. You see this? Do you know what this house is? Look at this. Do you guys know what this house is? Does anyone know what this house is? Look at the shape. It's got a door, one window, and a round. Look at that. You see? Yeah, see? It's the Wizard of Oz. Look. Look, it's got the one door. I mean, it's Dorothy's house. It's got one door, one window, and one up here. You see? That's it. They're telling you it's Dorothy. And remember, he was spinning George Bush. You know what I mean? Like a tornado. Didn't a tornado blow her house? You know? See how it's burning behind him? And he's look at his eyes looking at it. Okay? And so that's what that is. And then you saw that thing. Where is it? That rocket wiener with its target is toward the house. Okay? So that's what that is. It's Dorothy's house. Okay? And in The Wizard of Oz, Dorothy's house is carried away by a cyclone and lands in the magical land of Oz. Okay? So there is a connection to that house. That's what I'm trying to show here, which was in Kansas. You know, that's what Dorothy's house is supposed to be, you know, Kansas. And there is a connection to the area code. Kansas area code for liberal, where that's where it's supposed to be. 620 is like Washington State's 206, same numbers, 206, 620 for the area code. And now, just real quick, let me show you. There's another scene in the Ipet Goat. And I know it's hard to see, but in this person's eyes, there looks like a 6 right here going around the eye, and then you have a 1 and a 1. You see the white stripes? 1, 1, and then a 6 going around the eye. So 6, 1, 1. But forget about that. But this person is in the shape, and it's mourning. Okay? It's in mourning. It's got all black on, and there's like an explosion behind her. I'm not going to even show all that. I just was wanting to show you that you see how it's in the shape of the Vince Lombardi trophy, the Super Bowl trophy, right? Which I showed years ago, right? And so it's telling you that it has to do with 611, okay? Because I told you the Super Bowl trophy is named after Vince Lombardi. Okay. And Vince Lombardi's born on June 11th. Okay. And he played for, I mean, he was the coach. He was the coach of the Green Bay. Green. I keep telling you, it's all about the green, right? So anyway, so that house is connected to the Wizard of Oz, okay? And that whole Ipet Goat crap video, all right? Now, let me show you. Now, here's where it gets ridiculous, okay? Yeah, that woman that's dressed in all black, the way she's sitting and tilting her head, it looks like a football, and the arm looks like the whole football trophy. If you looked at it, I did a video already many times over this. Now watch this. Who is? Wait a minute. Who is the writer? The Wizard of Oz character may have been inspired. All right, for the wizard, I'm saying the wizard. Who was it inspired? They're saying that it could be inspired by 3 different people. And it's so funny. I connected 2 of the 3 already. William McKinley, I told you, connects to Trump. And Thomas Edison, who died at 84 and had the birthday connections too, with all the Trump connections, which I told you. Because Trump's going to get his head wound on 84. They're saying, look at this. Look at this. Look at the 3 people they're saying that inspired the Wizard of Oz character. The wizard, the part of the wizard. Look at that. Washington, Harrison, Donaldson. Look at that. And I just told you I connected Thomas Edison and William McKinley to Trump in my videos. Okay, not for the the last few months. And then now we come to find out that that this dude, look at that, Washington, look, Washington, because we're talking about Washington State, Harris' son, Donald's son. What the heck is this? So Washington, Donald's son. Look at this. And the guy's name is Frank Baum. See the bomb? L Baum. And by the way, I think Frank equals almost the same as Donald. In the front numbers, I think it equals Donald. It's almost the same as the word Donald. Okay, now watch this. Keep going. Look at the signature of the guy who wrote the book. What is this? Look at this. It looks like a butt. You see the butt crack and a wiener. What in the hell is this? Look at this. It's the butt crack wiener. Do you see what I'm saying? The wiener and the butt crack. These people never quit, man. Okay, now, check this out. Hey, guys, make sure you thumb up the video, people. My goodness. Look. Check this out. Who is Dorothy named after? Dorothy Gale. I mean, the Wizard of Oz character. Dorothy Gale, right? Look at this. Dorothy Gale, right, is the person. Look at this. Watch this. The person they base it off of. Pay attention here, folks. This is the best part here. Listen. It was named after the writer's niece, Frank Baum's niece, Dorothy Louise Gage, who died in infancy. She died at 5 months old, this person. Guess when this person is born, this Dorothy Louise Gage? June 11th. Can you believe I put that face there? Look at that, June 11th, folks. The person that they're naming the Dorothy character after. Are you kidding me? And now, let's see when this person died. Remember, it died 5 months. Look. It died. Well, Well, first, let me show you this. The Washington is the 42nd state. You know, and Elvis died at the age of 42. And Washington was founded on 11/11, right? Washington was founded on 11/11, right? When did that Dorothy Louise person die? That infant died on 11/11. So it's born on June 11th and died on 11/11. Can you believe this? You can't make this stuff up. Look at this. Born on 6/11, died on 11/11. Yeah, that's ridiculous. And of course, you know, in that video, in that Ipet Goat video, there was a Donald connection. You see the background right there? It says Psalm 29. And it's got a yellow brick road. You see the yellow brick road? And it's got you can barely see it. It says Psalm 29, but really it's kind of like the word Donald. You see? In the back, it's hard to see it, but there's a D-O-N. It's a crappy version of it, but you could see it if you really look. But anyway, it's got the yellow brick road. And this is the Ipet Goat video thing. The yellow brick road nonsense. Then you have Trump with his king thing. Yesterday. Hold on. I wasn't supposed to show that in this video. This is not part of the video. What is this? I don't even know what this is. Oh, so speaking of the Wizard of Oz, right? Who did Trump put into one of his members of his administration? This dummy. Mehmet Oz, Dr. Oz, right? Hold on, folks. Dr. Oz. And look at that. He's born June 11th. You see? Dr. Oz. He's born on June 11th. So that's my prediction date for Washington State being struck, right? And it's Oz connecting to the Emerald City, which is Seattle, right? All right. And where's he born? Cleveland, Ohio. I mean, I told you, you can't make this stuff up. Cleveland is the 216 area code, which is Trump, the day Trump gets his head wound on August 4th. So not only do you have the 6/11 connection with Dr. Oz, the Wizard of Oz, Dr. Oz, you get the August 4th connection too, because it's the 216th day of the year, and he's born in Cleveland, Ohio, that Dr. Oz. You see? And he's born on June 11th. And he's born in the 216 area code, Cleveland, Ohio. Anyway, so this dude is the guy who played the original. This is the guy who played in the original Wizard of Oz. Okay? And notice he's got blonde hair, like Trump. And his name is Frank. Another Frank. But anyway, because Donald equals Frank in the forward numbers, but not the whole thing. Not the backwards numbers. Anyway, and notice he's got the Morgan, because you know that's what's his name? Morgan Freeman has the same birth date as this guy. Okay? And Morgan Freeman plays God and everything too. Anyway, so the Wizard of Oz kind of has that Donald hair, blonde hair. Okay? Trump is the Wiz. Elvis is the real Wizard of Oz. Elvis is the man behind the curtain. Trump is the one in front of the curtain, okay? Now look at his birth date. Look at his birth date. 6/11/890. Look at this. If you look at it straight across, because I told you Elvis was born on the 8th day, he needs the 9 and a crown. He turns 90. You see? So you have the 6/11, and then Elvis turns 90, and he was born on 1/8, Elvis. You see how it's all right there, the numbers? You know, and Elvis died on 8/16. Every number's in there. 8/16, 6/11, 1/8 when he was born. He's 90 years old now. 6/11 is the... Anyway, so 6/11/1890 he was born, right? And you know Trump is born on 6/14. So listen, this guy's born on 6/1. He's born on 6/14. Trump is the connection. So Trump's born on 6/14. The Gregorian calendar is what we're on, and in the old calendar, what we used to be on, Julian calendar, the 6/14 would be 6/1. So basically, he has the same birthday. Trump's born 6/14. This guy's born 6/1. The wizard guy. Okay. And so 6/14 connects to 6/1. And why am I showing JFK? Because JFK is the one who got the head wound, right? And look, he's born on 5/29. And guess what 6/11 is? 6/11 on the Julian calendar is 5/29. Because remember, I just told you 6/14 is 6/1, and 3 days earlier would be 5/29. 6/11 is 3 years earlier from 6/14. So 6/14 was 6/1. 6/11 would be 5/29, JFK's birthday. Okay. Now, why am I showing JFK? Because he's the one who got the head wound, right? And I told you Trump's going to get the head wound, but he survives. Look at this. JFK was born on 5/29. 5/29 is the 149th day of the year. And look how many days it leaves in the year. 216 days remain. And what is the 216th day of the year? August 4th. So JFK's backwards date of 5/29 is August 4th. You understand? 5/29 is August 4th. Backwards birth date. 5/29, the guy who got the head wound, his backwards date is the 216th day of the year, which is August 4th. Okay? You get it? And anyway, like I said, Trump is born on 6/14. If you use the Julian calendar, it would be 6/1, right? And you know that JFK was connected to Marilyn Monroe and to RFK. I think she was connected to JFK and RFK, his brother, who both were killed, right? Supposedly. So JFK was connected to Marilyn Monroe. And Marilyn Monroe was born on 6/1. Look at that. The creature was born on 6/1, died on 8/4. Remember, I just told you that 6/14 is 6/1, remember? So Marilyn Monroe died on she was born on 6/1, died on 8/4. And notice those numbers, 8/4, 6/1. That looks just like this guy's birthday. 8/4/61. You see? She died on his first birthday when he turned on 8/4/62, she died. Okay? And you know that Prince Fairy, that creature Meghan Markle he's married to, is born on August 4th. And Meghan Markle's like the MM, like Marilyn Monroe. Do you get it? And Marilyn Monroe died on 8/4. And this person's birth date is 6/1. 6/14 is 6/1 on the Julian calendar. And look, 8/4/61. 8/4 she died. 6/1 is when she was born. You see? And MM is like Marilyn Monroe, Meghan Markle. Meghan Markle was born on 8/4. Okay? And Seattle was first named Emerald City in 1982. And Seattle equals 8219. Same numbers right there. And Graceland, after Elvis died, was opened in 1982 also to the public. Graceland was open to the public in 1982. But 8219 is the same numbers as Seattle. Seattle equals 8219. And the next 9/11 is 6/11, right? Upside down 9/11. Look at this. Seattle was originally called New York. See? The next 9/11 is, you understand what I'm saying? The next 9/11 is Seattle. Well, when I say Seattle, folks, I'm telling you it's Washington State. Seattle is just going to be used as ground zero. But look, Manhattan had the TT, which is the double cross. Seattle has the TT, the double cross, the Antichrist. 911, 611. You know what I mean? Anyway, I think that's it, folks. But I know there's something I'm forgetting, but what am I going to do? I can't remember everything. But the whole point of this, I shot through this really quick, folks, but now I can just talk to you guys for the next 50. So understand where I'm going with this. You had the beginning of the year. Oh, and by the way, on remember the Rose Parade was in Pasadena, and Elvis was his float was in Pasadena, right? And I live right near there. And I mean, I live in Glendale, which is right next 5-10 minutes from Pasadena. And Elvis was here, and on that, and that was January 1st, where Elvis was at the Rose Parade, right? With the float. At the same time, the Wicked float was there, which is the Wizard of Oz connection, right? Emerald City. And then what happened on Elvis's birthday? The day before, fire broke out in Pasadena. That whole big fire where it burned all the buildings. And then the buildings in Pacific Palisades too, which is way an hour away by the beach. But the point I'm trying to make is the Pasadena, it burned, and I showed you that live on Elvis's birthday. It was the night it happened, but the very next day was the big story on Elvis's birthday. The fires in Pasadena, It was called the Altadena Fire, which is right near Pasadena, But anyway, let me again go back. So let me ask you guys a question. So what do you think? Is this any kind of importance to this video? You think that is significant enough for me to actually leave it up? I mean, for more than a couple of days. And by the way, I appreciate the people commenting. God bless you to the ones who put. Yeah, no, I'm gonna leave it up for a couple of days at least for sure. But yeah, you're right. I should just leave. You know what? I should just leave this up and then come back on for 20 minutes. You know what? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna end the video right here, and I'm gonna come back on and we'll talk about it. Okay? So I'm going to end this video right now, and then I'm going to come back and talk to you guys. All right? Anyway, I'll see you guys in 5 minutes, okay? So I'm going to end this video. Yeah, I'm going to leave this video up. So make sure you guys watch this video from the beginning. All right? But I'm going to come back on right now, and we can talk about it. All right, end the video. Jesus is God.